As it stands now, a lot of Ghanaians are already on the social media space asking the government of Ghana to start deporting illegal foreigners living in their country. According to them, they say because of the high influx of illegal foreigners in their country, that is the reason why a lot of crimes or criminal activities are so much in their country. So they are asking their government to look into this issue and start deporting undocumented Nigerians living in their country. And they also send a message to the Ghanaian immigration that they should start tightening their borders and start working with the ECOWAS rules, the 90 days ECOWAS rules that was being implemented in all ECOWAS countries. Let's watch this video to see the reactions of a lot of Ghanaians, what they were saying to their government. And please don't forget to like the video, share and subscribe.
First of all, the president of Ghana, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, the interior minister, Mr. Mutaka Mohammed, the foreign minister, Mr. Okujeto Ablakwa. In the wake of the recent happenings where some young footballers were kidnapped and unalived, some of us will say we are not surprised, including me myself, because for months, some of us have used our pages to speak against the influx of illegal immigrants in the country. We spoke against how some of them overstayed their 90 days mandatory rule and they don't get the correct papers. We spoke against it, but we were ignored. The foreign minister invited the foreign minister of another country and they were talking about jollof rice. The interior minister did not talk about it at all. The president himself came out and said he will not condone any xenophobic attack in Ghana. Meanwhile, nobody was attacking anybody. All that we're speaking about is that immigrants in this country is too much. Days after the president says he's not going to condone xenophobic attacks, these foreigners thought that they have liberty, so they started misbehaving more. And then it started with drivers whose car were being stolen and they were getting unalived. And now this is where we are. In the course of we speaking against these illegal immigrants and things, we became public enemy number one in some countries. Our DMs was full of threats. Myself, Save Ghana Now, Ghana Boy Nie, and a host of us that was speaking against this. Our DMs were full of threats. When we talk, people will say we are haters. People will say we are this and we are that. Now look at what has happened. A young footballer is not the only one. We don't know how many young footballers are being kept in isolation, are now getting unalived in a country that have done so well to build a nice reputation for themselves internationally. Foreigners are now here trying to destroy our good name, all because our leaders don't want to take us serious. They have taken us for granted. So I, Benjamin Tennyson Thomas, I'm not surprised that this thing is going on. But since you decide to be quiet, I'll say more of this may happen until our leaders actually rise up and fight against this influx of illegal immigrants in Ghana.
Ghana hanom Ghana for bebre ya ho se ye be hu nukre but ye mbie ya no nka and wa obebi wa no nso aka nukre no Ghana for empewase. I can tell you for a fact, if there is one thing that Ghanaians are supposed to be scared of, that thing is called Nigeria. If there is one country in the whole world that hates Ghana to the core, that country is called Nigeria. And if there is something that Ghana should protect its boundaries from, that thing is called Nigeria. Just because some Ghanaians started Niger must go, and some are still pushing that Nigerians must leave the country. Since then, Nigerians have tried ways and means to sabotage Ghana. And you see, this video you just heard before mine tells you how Nigerians are clearly trying anything possible to just destroy the image of Ghana the same way Nigeria is. Nigerians are the bitter enemies of Ghana, but some Ghanaians, especially President John Dramani Mahama, whom I love so much, but I don't like him for how he is protecting Nigerians and allowing Nigerians to put the life of Ghanaians at risk. Nigerians have not only taken over Accra, Nigerians have taken over Kumasi. Nigerians are in their huge numbers in Sunyani. Nigerians are in their huge numbers in Bechem, Techiman, and upwards. So if Ghanaians are not being careful enough to know the risk they are dealing with, very, very soon it will be too late for Ghanaians to do anything about this. After the Shatawale show, when the guy Biggie started insulting Shatawale, I was laughing that yes, this is part of the scheme. This is part of the scheme. Very dark man who insulted Ghanaians in Ghana just recently was one of the first people who hypocritically started speaking for Shatawale, and he did that on purpose because he knows that Shatawale has the following, that if he decides that he alone is going to push Niger must go, it will surely happen. And you know the people following Shatawale are the people that you need to champion something like Niger must go. So if Niger must go, Shatawale joins, it will happen. Automatically it will happen. That's why very dark man and so many Nigerian influencers quickly started mobilizing and supporting Shatawale against Biggie. But you heard Biggie was referring to Ghana as the backyard of Nigeria. And so many things. Ordinary Ghana, common Ghana. You'll be there. I don't say that Nigerians must go, and I don't like Nigerians' behavior in Ghana. But those of you who think that Nigerians in Ghana don't mean anything negative, it will be too late for you to reconcile.
My final appeal to my friend and good brother, Chukwudi Jude. I came to Nigeria in Igbo land in 1980. And I worked with a prominent man known all over Nigeria, an industrialist and academician, Dr. Benjamin Uzoku Inzerebe, who owns Palm Beach Hotels, Enugu, Lagos, Palm Beach Insurance, Palm Beach Hotel at Owerri. His residence where I live is called Santana Lodge at Awomama. He built the Awomama Community Secondary School. That was in 1980, about 45 years ago. Maybe you were not born. Maybe you were born, I don't know your age. But I want to let you know that the world is a small village. It's a global village. When I say I know Igbo land, maybe more than yourself, you have to understand. You went to Enugu, you stayed at Hotel Presidential. You are an Igbo man, you know that. So please, while there, I humbled myself. Lovely people, because I obey the rules and the laws of the land. So my brother, you are in Ghana, we are also lovely people, we are hospitable. Please, don't chew more than you can swallow. Humble yourself. As I told you, if you wear the red cap, I have no problem with you. That is easy. It's a chieftaincy title given by the Igwe. But what you are putting on your head is a crown that can be worn only by the Igwe, or in Benin City, the Oba of Benin, at Ilefe, the Oni of Ife. These are kings who wear crowns. At Kano, the Emir of Kano. These are the crowns they wear. So you cannot come to Ghana and make yourself a king and wear a crown, desecrating the land. My brother, my good brother, please, my brother. Let us be brotherly. The world is not anything. We brought nothing. We are taking nothing away. God wants us to live happily. So please, comport yourself. I wear white because you will get to know me very soon. Whom am I? I'm among the 144,000 redeemed from the surface of this earth. Thank you, Lord, and we'll meet again. Thank you, my brother.
I did a video on a Nigerian that was saying that Ghana is no more peaceful. So people who are considering traveling to Ghana must change their minds, because Ghana is not peaceful because of the death of the Senegalese goalkeeper who came to die in Ghana. And this Nigerian came to comment that Nigeria owns Africa and Africa is Nigeria. Yeah. You see how he sounds? He sounds so ignorant that he doesn't know that there are even other countries in Africa that are bigger than Nigeria. He doesn't know. Nigeria is not the biggest country in Africa, even though it might be the most populated country in Africa. Other countries are bigger than Nigeria. Number two, Nigerians only know how to misbehave than other countries in Africa. All other African countries are well-mannered and they behave very, very well. Nigerians behave very, very abnormally. They are ill-mannered. Nigerians don't behave very well anywhere. And because of that misbehavior, they think other African countries are scared of them. They think they are better than other Africans, and they think they can take over any other African country they go to. It is just sad that a country like Ghana, people don't know how to protect it. As small as Ghana is, but as mighty as it is, it has to be protected. Ghana should have been like England, where they know they don't have numbers, they don't have the land size, but they use wisdom to protect their lands. Okay, but in Ghana, no. Go and check the size of Portugal. Portugal is one of the smallest countries in the world. If not in Europe, it is one of the smallest. But Portugal is one of the most powerful countries in the world and in history. Why? Because they used their brains more than we belong here. We are part of this. We are part of that. If you look at the size of Portugal, it is like the size of Togo. But they were able to colonize several huge countries around the world because of wisdom and application of power. Ghana, small country, we have had opportunities to produce some of the best people in the history of Africa than even Nigeria. Who has Nigeria produced? Ghana has produced far better people in terms of history than Nigeria. But Nigerians think they are better. Why? Because we do not protect our lands against them. What has Nigeria done in terms of African history? Where does Nigeria stand? It stands nowhere. In terms of African history, Nigeria stands nowhere. The fact that they are loud and they are speaking with numbers doesn't mean Nigeria has done anything. Senegal, Egypt, Ghana, these are the countries that in the history of Africa has contributed far more. Ethiopia and co. Nigeria has contributed nothing to the history of Africa, and still they contribute nothing. If you have oil to sell, other countries have oil to sell. And besides oil, what does Nigeria sell again? Nothing. You see, but you are there saying Nigeria owns Africa and Africa is Nigerian. This is simply because countries like Africa, Ghana, will allow you Nigerians to move from your country, come in here, disrespect the country, and still be tolerated. If I had any authority in Ghana, you will know how to behave in Ghana. Quiet. You even work with badges to identify you as Nigerians so that your behavior can easily be fished out. If I was the president, you would have known that you behave well.
There is nothing too hard for you as a foreigner to live in a particular country, obey the rules and regulations of that country, stay safe, stay clean, and stop committing crimes in that country. There is nothing as hard as that. But there are still some people with coconut head that will still come into a particular country and they will start committing crimes, forgetting that the country that they are coming into is not their country. They will still come into that same country and start causing more harms to the people living in that country. I'll keep on saying it here. The day some country people will decide that, oh, we don't want these particular people in our country again, we don't want to be having them anymore, that is when a lot of my country people will start rising up and their senses will start coming back. It will start coming back. Do not commit crimes. Don't come to our country to commit crime. Don't do this, don't do that. You respect it. Stay put. Do your businesses and avoid problems. It is not too much to ask from immigrants. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Please like this video and share.